to be or not to be.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Actor's Dungeon. Thank you very much. I hope we didn't keep you waiting while we were on hiatus there. We were all enjoying a bit of a summer break, and we are back with more hijinks and what have you to kind of transition between Chapter 2, a light wrap-up, and as we begin Chapter 3. So, we've got a small crew with us here today, although Aridin, I believe, will be joining us shortly. He's just having some mic issues, and I'm also realizing that my little camera box could use fixing, so I'm just going to quickly do that. But thank you all very much for joining us. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Oh, I can hear echoing coming from my phone because I was checking the live stream on my phone.
Execute him.
Off with his head.
What? That escalated quickly.
It's a good thing you got two heads. Get them both.
Anarchy.
Here, I'll play the execution too. You guys are lucky that probably wasn't picked up.
I didn't hear anything.
Yeah. That was very bad. You guys are lucky.
All right, and if you're in our chat, please say hello. We do love having our audience. We do this all for you. Unfortunately, and again, Curtis will not be joining us tonight as he has a work schedule that interferes with our artistic schedule. For now, he will be joining us again soon. All right, so I'll just open the floor to everybody else who feels like talking and saying hello to... got a couple people watching already. Hello, and thanks for joining us.
Hello, everybody.
I did this for you.
Oh.
I'm here to drink and kill mystical creatures.
Whoa,
And
You're
I'm
all out
almost
of
out of
mystical
drink.
creatures.
Yeah. Oh.
No one's gonna watch because they're all busy playing Baldur's Gate.
To be fair, Baldur's Gate is fucking amazing.
They're like, we've got D&D at home. Still need to play Baldur's Gate. I need to play a lot of things. I still never finished Zelda.
Gasp.
All right, can everyone hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I should have just said no. Damn, that would have been funnier. Oh well.
Ha 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 ha.
Miss
I was gonna sit there and be like, unfortunately.
Wow. That's how it's gonna be. Okay.
So much love here. So much love. Oh, by the way, please excuse the hat. My hair is absolute mess. I don't know what happened, but yeah, it's
That's all right.
Little secret, he's balding. Don't bring it up.
hey,
He's sensitive.
I'm not balding, but I am starting to get gray hairs, so
Haha, old man, I'm full of youthful vigor and energy, and you're not. I'm better than you, old man.
probably. I'm not gonna lie, probably.
Now mind your manners.
I was talking to a friend of mine, and we may want to rethink using Zoom.
Oh, as I struggle with Zoom, I am happy to hear any and all options you might have.
Like we were just playing Masks. Is like my buddy Robin and my buddies Robin and John Mark. They live in Alberta, so we play hopefully
That's
like
Canadian,
every
Texas.
weekend. Yeah,
Sorry,
pretty
I just
much.
had to quickly say that.
Actually, Canadian, Texas / Florida, because apparently Alberta Man is a regular headline as well. So I think that they're
I
just
didn't know
cousins. It's weird. Anyway, So apparently, according to Zoom's new subscription agreement thing, they can use your shit
Oh,
however
of
they
course.
want.
Not every site has that now.
That's true.
It's impossible
Like
to
they
not
can't
find that.
like you can still like you still technically own your stuff, but they can use it in like however they want in whatever way that they want without giving you anything.
It's all for
Mhm.
AI. Every site's doing it.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
Like literally every site. You cannot find a site that doesn't have that in their TOS now.
Yeah.
It's fucking pathetic. So anyway,
That actors strike needs to end in a good way.
yes.
Because the second they start passing AI rules, well, the stuff is sure to follow. Hopefully.
I was really hoping
I
you
can be
would
optimistic.
say, hoping you'd have good news for me, Charlie. Like, hey, we can stop using Zoom because there's this great new, easy to use interface. For it's like, no, it's just more bad news.
It's well, like we started using Skype because Skype hasn't changed fucking anything. They're still Skype.
Let's use Microsoft Teams. The
Yeah.
office workplace, hell.
Well, I mean, you got all kinds. You got the Facebook app. There's one app that we used for Facebook whenever I did the podcast with
Facebook is also 100% training AI off of that.
well, there's
yeah.
there's one site you can use called Melon that I know a few people use. So
I just wanted to bring that to our attention, especially considering we would like to monetize this. Yeah.
What are they gonna do? Fuck them. I'll fight them.
and there goes our monetization. Awesome.
I'll beat them up.
Yeah, we'll just paint Zoom up like a turtle and let Kayla have it.
Like, what are they gonna do? Stop us from putting it on YouTube? Fuck them. They can't do shit.
We'll just dress up like turtles that have had the shit kicked out of us. We're just gonna point and we're like, Zoom was me.
No. I'll beat up Zoom.
I've been listening to a lot of Behind the Bastards recently. I'm very, very much in an anti-capitalist mood now. I'm in a very, very strong fuck them. What are they gonna do? Everything's made up mood.
That's so true. Nothing is real.
Yeah. I have
Hit
been in...
score, that's just numbers you said. That isn't real.
Oh, it's fucking ridiculous. Like I've been in that mood for quite some time now.
Crypto, you're just saying your monopoly money's worth more than anything else.
Oh, money is the word. It is the biggest.
Money's not real. Just
Money
print
was made
more.
as an IOU, essentially. It is
much.
essentially an in-between from, like, trading. It's like, okay, I don't have a chicken, but I'll give you this note, and this guy does have a chicken. So you can use this note to get his chicken.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's
like-
literally just started as an IOU system.
And like even the idea of like precious metals and shit like that, like it doesn't mean anything. Like what like gold to the Spanish, they were like, oh yeah, that's great. And then they go to fucking like Aztec and Maya, and they're using that shit on chairs, and they're like, oh that's in the backyard. It's over there, man. Like it's everywhere. It's fucking annoying, is what it is. It's useless. We can't use it for weapons because it's too soft. It's kind of pretty when it's polished, but like I don't know what else we should do about it.
We have shit tons of diamonds, actually, but they're all held in like these little warehouses to
Diamonds are fucking useless. They are the universe's poop. That's
Plus,
it. It's
artificial
just carbon.
diamonds. Artificial diamonds are prettier and cheaper.
So
Just
true.
saying.
It's diamond. Like you can actually thank De Beers for the whole diamond thing, because they are single-handedly responsible for people going, diamonds are so worthwhile. No one cares.
So basically, kids, what you need to remember here is currency is an illusion, like Canada.
Once again,
Yeah, we
if
don't
you want
exist.
to be in the same mood, I'm plugging them on stream. Behind the Bastards, they're great. I love that podcast. Who boy, it makes you hate a lot of society. It's
Oh, yeah.
very funny.
Oh
Dude,
yeah.
I've been listening a lot. I've been listening a lot to Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura's Two Bears, One Cave, and Tom got Bert really good on one episode. I don't know if I talked about this or not, but he goes, "Hey, you want to know what's funny? What? Here's that little birthday present I got for you." He goes, "Yeah, that little teacup." He goes, "I'm just telling you now that there's a 99.9% chance that you are drinking out of a teacup that belonged to Adolf Hitler." He was like, and he's looking at it. He goes, "Isn't that a great gift?" He goes, "I had to destroy it." He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "But isn't that a great gift?" He goes, "I have to fucking destroy it." And they started fucking laughing their asses off.
There was a scene. I don't know if you guys have seen the movie Boss Level. It is hilarious. It's like an action. It's like an action version of Groundhog Day. It's fucking amazing. And like the main character like confronts someone who's been shooting at him, and through one of the many redos of the day that he does, he manages to get a hold of the gun, and he looks at it. It has AH on it. He's like, "What the hell is this?" And she's like, "Oh, I got that in its estate sale. It's from Adolf Hitler." It's like, "You've been shooting me with Adolf Hitler's gun?" Yeah. She just caps her a few times. She goes down, shoots her a few more times. Like, "That's for the Jews." But yes, to hell with capitalism. It needs to go away. I vote catapult. We just need to aim it at the sun. You can send it up in space with Elon and Jeff Bezos.
Oh, there's a lot more than just those two that need to go.
Oh, I realize that, but like, I think those two are kind of like, they need to go first because they're in the most spotlight. Because like they are in like, so it's not just the hundreds of billionaires in the background that kind of hide in the shadows. They realize that if the ones in the spotlight can go away, you can too.
And then what we need to do, we need to send up every member of the American government, both sides. Just bye-bye.
I mean, maybe not Bernie. I like Bernie. Bernie seems nice.
We're sending him first.
Oh no, poor Bernie.
Why?
I'm just gonna go live in Antarctica.
Feel the burn. So anyway, here's how Bernie can still win the 2016 election.
It's gonna happen. Bernie 2016.
Listen, I can make that joke if Republicans can with complete seriousness say Trump won 2020.
Yeah.
Fair. Although I'm watching that fucking circle the drain with absolute glee.
All right.
So yeah, stream. I hope you're liking this. This is
Yes.
basically how it is before we start.
Yeah.
Every D&D session, if your D&D session doesn't start off with like at least a 15-minute rant about how shitty the world is and about like any sort of anti-capitalism, you're doing it wrong. I'm just not judging. I'm just sensing a pattern.
I just wish I could be a stupid little kobold living under a rock. Because listen, they have it so much better than any of us.
Yeah.
I want to eat rocks all day.
Yeah.
They eat
and
rocks.
listen, they're happy.
They eat the rats that lived
They're
under
content.
the rocks.
They can eat rocks too. Rocks and rats.
Don't discriminate. Just because you
yeah.
can't eat rocks doesn't
They
mean you
have
hate
favorite
every
foods.
Yeah. Variety is the spice of life.
Variety. You see, that's what my ex said whenever I found out she was cheating on me with like 4 guys. She goes, "I want variety." I'm like, "Yeah, I can see."
All right. I have to play one song at a time. It's like one song at a time. All right. Well. Sorry for the delay, everybody. There were some things that had gotten disconnected from my master interface over the last couple weeks. I hope it didn't keep our viewers waiting too long. Thank you for joining us. All right, so as we go into today's session, I'm just going to provide you all with a short recap on my own.
What?
So, I figured the burden should be on me. Why not? And, all right, and I was thinking about doing something silly, but nah, I'll just give it to you straight. So, as you all remember, the Chapter 2 had started off with the Urchin limping into the port of Lido's Island, where their ship was quickly commandeered, as the Urchin was considered a hostile vessel and property of the mayor. After they attempted to parley, they learned that the town is in quite a bit of a pickle, as they are being assaulted by lycanthropes. So they decided to go to the mayor's office. They heard the story about the deforestation of during the wartime. It seems that this island was occupied by the city of Ironhold. I had to just look up at my map there. During the war against Valorum, the continent where our party originally hailed from before they were taken into slavery. And while Ironhold was considered the ally and the protector of Lido's Island, the full-on deforestation and the maluse of resources led the island to declaring its independence from the Republic and ousting quite violently all the remaining forces of Ironhold, save one scout named Judy, who has since joined our party in hopes that she will be delivered back to Ironhold so she can be with her family. They struck a deal for their ship to rid the people of Lido's Island of the werewolves. After many misadventures about town and one issue that may or may not have involved the drowning of an old sea captain, our heroes went off into the forest and found out that the evil was not just the forest replying to the deforestation, but that these druids, the druids that once lived on the island, were a death clan, and somehow the war had stirred up the old spirits, and they were manifesting panic and fear. Yeah, I guess those are two slightly different things, amongst the townsfolk. And the crew that was left behind soon found themselves taken by a town that had suddenly turned hostile the closer our champions got to the forest. And while they were there, they encountered the dark tree spirit Noré, along with a book called Tusk Love, but that's a different story. As they fought against this evil spirit, they realized they may not be able to make it through this one. But Mac heroically offered to carry the heart of Noré, but in doing so, it consumed him. And Noré tried to use Mac to take the ship to spread off from this island and to go further, but our heroes felled this wicked tree. They saved the crew from down below and blew up the ship before it could leave harbor. We then had some interrogation with Rune, the mayor, as well as the rest of the townsfolk to understand what exactly went on. We got to meet the ratfolk Nanners and her grandnephew Gertie, who are living aboard Rune's private ship, the Cat's Cradle, that was parked to the north, where it could remain unseen and would remain in case he ever needed to make an escape. It was revealed that there were obviously mind effects going on, and as the town healed, we go into everybody's last week. So everybody here on Lido's Island has just spent a week tending to the wounded, restocking, and helping with the rebuilding. And as Eridan had negotiated with Rune, the ship is now yours. It is the least they can do for what you have done. And the ship being home to Nanners, he only asks that you ask her for permission to use the ship, as it is technically her home, and he is happy to accommodate her, whatever she wishes. And so we're going to cut over to that conversation now, as you all join Nanners in her cozy little den aboard the ship to discuss the potential taking of this ship into the great unknown.
Hey, what can I do for you today?
Hi.
Hi.
We'd like to, first of all, could I possibly get a bigger chair? I'm pretty sure this would have stuck up my ass.
I know, I'm sorry, that's one of the biggest we have.
Yeah.
I'm not a very large person, as you can see.
Yeah, I can see that. Cool.
You can maybe try sitting on the bed if that's a little better.
Nah, I'm good. I'm pretty sure if I stand up, I'm gonna embarrass myself.
Oh, okay.
Er-
I'm a trained doctor, don't forget, I could help you if you're struggling.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. Erden, you got anything to say? I'm in too much pain to talk.
Oh, well, we were originally going to, I believe it was Ironhold, and we are in desperate need of a ship. Now, it's been heavily intimated that we would be able to use this one, but I think this is your home as well, and didn't want to necessarily commandeer someone's home. So, want to come with?
Oh, sure, why not?
Oh, well, that was
Hello, I don't think I've met you yet. Hello.
hello. I am
Hello.
Phelan.
Oh, that's a lovely name.
Thank
You may refer to me as Nanos, as most people do.
Well, it's nice
Not
to
my
meet you.
real name, of course, but it's an affectionate thing I've come to enjoy being called.
All right.
But yeah,
Alright.
sure, I don't see the trouble in it. I've always been one to travel the world, even in my younger days. I mean, why would you live on a boat if you don't like going places, right?
That's
That's
fair.
very, that's very true. Yep.
Honestly, the one you might have to ask is our friendly little shopkeeper who doesn't like showing affection to his nanners.
Oh, come on, Nanners.
Oh, I know. I'm
Yeah,
just teasing you.
where we're going with just wherever there's customers. I was hoping we could commandeer something over to Iron Reach, but well, I suppose we are all kind of at your disposal. You did, after all, save the island, so far be it from me to diverge our noble questers from their route.
Cool. I'm happy with it. Yep.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
All right
You know-
then. If
you know, like-
everybody's
Is it just you three, or are there more coming?
There's one more. I think he's still passed out on the harbor. I'll have to bring him in.
Oh, so you don't have a crew or anything?
not totally.
I mean, we've got a bit of a crew. There's a centaur. Well, you met the
Oh, yes.
you met the
I didn't
centaur.
know she was part of your crew.
Yes,
Mm.
yes.
Yeah.
There's a few people that can just help with the actual rigging and actual sailors, which is nice. Considering, I believe, between the lot of us, we know how to tie exactly one knot, and it is useless on a ship.
Knowing how many would definitely help, so I know how many beds to make.
Like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be so excited to have another little person with us, another little life form. And it's gonna be so nice.
Oh, why is that?
Nothing. I'm just saying,
Yeah, he's reached that point of adulthood when he starts realizing he never actually had a family of his own. He starts pining for children. Vlass, a word? Just got to turn around.
No, watch the chair, please. God. Oh. What? I'm just saying that I'm just excited about having another. I mean, ever since we lost the little guy, it just kind of seems like we're incomplete,
Yes. No, yes, I'm aware. However, I just wanted to make it perfectly clear that it looks like a stiff breeze will put that one into the ground. So no throwing the old elder rat folk. Okay.
I don't throw elderly. Okay, I throw one old man off the pier. He deserved it. All right, he 100% deserved it. Plus, she's sweet. I have no reason. I have no beef with her. She's fine. She's nice. She's sweet. I guarantee you, she makes cookies. She's gonna be my best friend. That's all I'm worried about.
No, and that's fine. I'm just saying that there is a correlation of assaults on elderly people I wanted to address.
Most elderly people are dicks.
No,
I mean,
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying this one in particular is trying to. Do you remember Grace? Because I remember Grace. More importantly, I remember picking Grace up after you threw her through a window.
Grace had it coming.
I know that, but you shouldn't have done it in front of the guard captain.
She had it coming. I can only take being called big stupid so many times in a row.
Look, I'm on your side. I am on your side on this one. Grace should have been hit by a carriage. Just saying. Had you waited 3 minutes, the guard captain would have rounded the corner, he wouldn't have seen the thing. So I just need you to patience. Remember not to throw every elderly person you meet anywhere.
Well, I mean, what if what if imminent danger and we all have to evacuate the ship? Obviously, she's not going to just.
If it's to save her life, then just pick her up and jump. You don't even have to throw her.
Yeah, true. Okay, yeah.
She weighs like what, 5 pounds? I just realized we're talking in a very enclosed space and they can hear every word.
Yeah. And
It's
the chair's
okay
still.
because she's actually talking to Phelan, and as you look, point your attention back over to her, you hear, "Oh yes, he was a very good sea captain, a dear friend of mine. He was a little bit surly sometimes, sure, but he had a wife and kids, and he loved them so dearly.
I'm sure.
Oh, he was such a sweet soul deep down."
Like I said, sweet. I love Soul Bag. Yes, let's do it. Come on.
Oh, and I'm just going to call a dramatic pause here as Alexander V. Cantrell has joined us.
Oh yes.
Yay.
We've got the whole crew. Hello.
Hello! Oh my god. I took one
There
of
he
those fire victim naps.
Fire victim naps?
You fall asleep, it's a nap, but it's heavy, so I could have slept through an earthquake
I see.
and burned alive. It was a bad joke, sorry.
It's all right.
I mean, you went to sleep and you woke up and parts of Canada and Yellowknife are on fire, so like it's technically,
And Hawaii.
Oh yeah, I just like the fact that like Hawaii was on fire, and then so was British Columbia and Yellowknife. But it's a good thing climate change isn't a thing.
There's a fire on literally every corner of the U.S., mainland U.S.
Well, normally that's how you cleanse it. You start from the outside and just kind of work your way.
Ouch.
I am so. You know what? No, I'm not sorry. Y'all thought Canada was a myth, so.
I live in Ohio. I thought some days were foggy. That wasn't fog.
It's just hot down here.
The bridge in New York City looked like Dark Souls boss gate.
Yeah, it's like I'm living in Woodstock. Woodstock is like this really kind of rural. It's a fairly large like city, but it's very well spaced out. There's like farmland and stuff like that. So like a lot of like clear air. If I wake up and outside looks like fucking Silent Hill, I'm not. I'm just locking the door. I'm not leaving. There is one guy though that I saw who effectively wins at Halloween. Apparently, one Halloween was particularly foggy in the town he was wearing, so he dressed up like Pyramid Head and just
I
walked
saw
down
that,
the middle
yes.
of the street.
I love that. Well done, my friend.
Close second was I was living in Cambridge, and my roommate took her kids out to go trick or treating, and they lived in suburbia, so there was just that winding suburban areas. And she went around to the corner, and I get a text message with a picture attached to it, and some brilliant bastard has tied a single red balloon on a completely empty street to a sewer grate. And all I get is a text message with that picture going, "Can I keep the balloon?" I was like, no, you can't. That doesn't end well for anyone, even the clown. It ended horribly for the clown.
There was a guy in my area. He used to own a '57 Plymouth Fury.
Okay.
It wasn't the same color as Christine. It was a little bit rusted, but he used it as a Halloween decoration. The car needed to be restored, but every October, he would pull it out into his front yard, and he'd sit there and he'd sit like a skeleton in the driver's seat and stuff like that. And he'd put lights on it and everything, and like trick-or-treaters would come up, and he would have the old 50s music playing, like all the songs that played from the movie as you walk by it. And I'm just like, he
Well
multiple
done.
times he had multiple people asking if they could buy that car from him, and he's always like, nope. And they're like, but you just use it as a...
I would have put a fucking remote starter in that thing and just like have someone go, "Oh man, it's a nice car."
I'm sorry, but that is probably one of my absolute favorite horror Stephen King films is Christine. That movie was just
Yeah,
but it was
you're a car guy.
But it was funny. So what was it? The gas station scene where the gas station blew up and everything. The stunt driver almost died doing that. So they set the building on fire. Like it was an actual gas station that they set on fire and blew up.
Wow.
They
80s.
So they set the place on fire, and the car had really dark, thick tinted windows, so you couldn't see inside of it. And basically, they had a spotter who would tell them, be like, "Okay, hard left now," and he'd sit there. And so, anyways, he had to pull the car in, and he was supposed to pull out very slowly. He was inside the burning building. They go, "All right, action!" And right as he went to go back out, the car just, because it had no oxygen. And he said, and they interviewed him. He said he was in there trying to get the car to start. He's like, "Come on, come on, come on!" And they go, "Hey, what's going on?" He goes, "Car stalled out. It won't start." So they're trying to figure out, like, "Oh, okay, we might need to put this fire out." He finally gets the car started. He goes, "I got it started. Look out, I'm just coming out." And in that scene where the car comes hauling ass out, he was supposed to slowly back out, but no, he was trying to get away from the building real quick before the explosives went off. And he hauls ass out. And the scene, he was actually supposed to drive slowly between the camera and the gas pumps. And it's supposed to be real eerie looking. But instead, he was just trying to get away, and he couldn't see where he was going. So he just he threw it in gear and just stomped on the gas. And he ran over the fuel pumps. And they wound up being like, "That actually looks amazing." So they left it. But none of that was supposed to happen. He was just trying to get away.
Merry mishaps.
He said he was in that car, like, shit. Go, 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 go.
Like, I'm glad you all enjoyed that scene. It cost me approximately $2,500 in therapy.
Hey, Alexander, you ready to go?
I believe so. I'm all booted up.
Sweet.
Alrighty.
Bootied up.
Alright,
24/7.
dramatic resume. So, you get everything sorted out with Nanners, and the islanders all gather on one sunny day to see you off. Skip and the crew spent the night before outfitting the ship, rolling on the rum barrels, the powder kegs. You notice immediately that this three-mast vessel is unfortunately only a 2-gun ship. It is, however, as Rune quite proudly says, it can outrun any of Ironhold's ships. This was an intercepting vessel once upon a time, and while he's made it more homey, it has indeed. You can tell by its sleek design and more narrow hull that it can cut through the waves with ease, and the sails, of course. It's a 3-sail vessel, so long as the wind is in your favor, you should be able to outrun anything. Perhaps. And all of Leto's village all gathers round as you sail off. Ba-ba-ba-ba.
Goodbye, everybody. I wish I could say it was fun, but I'd be lying. Ah,
It was something, alright.
yep.
It's definitely an experience.
I never thought I'd experience all my intestines and entrails outside of my body, but you know what? That was fun. That was fun.
Yeah.
Ah,
Supposed to keep
Would
that
you
on the
all
inside.
like
huh?
some tea I made?
yes.
Ooh, I would love some tea.
Oh, here you are.
Thank you so much.
Oh, snap tea.
Little
And
cup.
with that-
Wait, I have normal sized cups.
Oh no, this is lovely. You're so sweet. Yes, thank you.
Oh, I try.
I mean,
Thank you,
I will
dear.
happily enjoy this cup of tea. I just, unfortunately, I can't stand on the prow of the ship and brood as I look longingly over the horizon, because it just kind of ruins it. Like,
No, you look so intelligent and pondering.
I'll take it.
Don't encourage him.
Like I said, she's perfect. I love it.
Right. Well, I'm gonna see what that little. I'm gonna go see what Gertie has in his store, because my shield is well fucked.
So,
I don't
Aaron,
have
you
a-
make your way down to the shop, or down below, and you knock on Gertie's door. Mm-hmm.
Potential customer.
Oh, you hear clicks, muttering, heavy latches being removed, some light chanting, and the door opens.
Please make sure your pants are on.
Hello, potential customer. Oh, what can I do for you?
I require weapons.
Oh, okay, weapons. Well, what sort of thing did you have in mind?
Specialty weapons.
Specialty weapons. Okay. Can you be a little more specific? What are we?
Let's
What
see.
are
If
we
you have
talking
the,
about?
let's see, throwing darts would probably be the easiest to stow in different places, like wrist gauntlets and such. Take those. How are those hook swords? I think. Haven't used those in a while. Should be fun. And I suppose for incapacitation, I should probably take something. Give me those size.
Size. Oh, well, you have quite the interesting palette as far as weaponry is concerned. Yes, of course. I'll just put together the invoice, and don't you worry about that. It's all yours. You get to go and enjoy it.
Right. So how much do I owe you?
Oh, yes. Well, I'll quickly write up the invoice, and I mean, it's not like you're going anywhere, but well, I'll have to look into that. Some of these are specialty weapons, you see.
Very well.
Alright, and so you just kind of like a satisfied customer as he closes the door and latches things over, and you see his shop. It's kind of small, but not quite sure where you got all these things kept coming from. But it's a mystery for another time, perhaps. And so for now, the day wanes, the ship gently rocking. You've had nothing but calm seas as you set sail for Ironhold. And so the meals are cooked. The bosuns and the crew up above all take their shifts. You hear light songs and fanfare coming from above as after such a nasty time on Lito's Island, it seems you finally got a little bit of rest and relaxation. As you all find yourselves below deck in the cargo hold, enjoying a nice home-cooked meal provided by none other than Nanners herself.
Yeah, I hope you all enjoy it. It's a small bit of meatloaf I've made. This is not something to expect often, I'm afraid. This stuff doesn't keep very well on a boat. But I thought, well, we're setting off with a new crew, and it's a small celebration, so let's do something special for the first night, at least.
Well, thank you so much. That's very kind of you.
Oh, I try my best, thank you.
Oh, yes. This is... Oh, yes. No worry. There's no way at all whatsoever that I'm going to throw you off the ship. Like, no. Oh, yes.
Oh, well, that's one of the nicest things I've ever been told.
Oh. I love this old woman.
God.
And as you guys are all talking about how you will commit to not throwing Nanners off the ship, Judy descends the stairs. And for the first time, failing you notice at first, this sort of this keen-eyed hooded figure for the first time has her hood down and appears to be relaxed, of all things. Mind if I pull up a chair?
All means.
Yeah, of course.
I never thought I'd get off that island. At least not alive. Thank you all for your help.
What a weird sentiment. Sorry, I mean, you're welcome. It's just, I never thought I would get off that island alive. You hear that from, like, it just, would you be aware if you were dead and got off the island? Like, I don't understand.
I don't think it's that deep. I think it's just, she's grateful to be here and alive.
Yeah, and look, happy to have you. It's just, it's strange thing.
You know, I suppose I haven't ever really considered that sentiment, but I think you're right. It is sort of a strange thing to say, and it does sort of reveal me as a spiritual person, that I wouldn't be able to leave that until my soul was released from this mortal vessel and traveled into the afterlife.
Unless someone made you into a zombie.
Oh, don't look at me. I don't know that sort of stuff.
Animated just skeleton. Or maybe you ended up being one of those weird spellcasters that looks at death and goes, nah. And just...
Oh my gosh. Yep. There's many options.
Sheridan's full of good spirits today, huh?
I mean, we're no longer on a werewolf-infested island where the islanders, whom we were trying to help, were trying to burn us at the stake. which is always nice. I'm also trying to stay in good spirits because my mother's shield has been rendered relatively useless. That's
Nanners, thank you.
He's had that shield for a long time. Ever since we were kids. I remember it. But I will say, it would have been kind of cool if I did get turned into a zombie after the evil old tree lady killed me. And I didn't get, and because then I could have used like my entrails like a lasso, and it would have been just a whole new gig for me. So, I mean, I would have had that, you know, just saying.
As a medical professional, I am obligated to tell you that this does not sound like a very good idea.
I am willing. I would like to agree with Nanners here, and also that's. Sorry, the two of you have known each other since you were kids?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'd like to hear that story. And we are going to pause here for our intermission before we get into our new, a new game that we're trying out, the flashbacks, where we will hear everybody's tales and see if there's a fun scene that our co-stars can reenact. We will be back momentarily, everybody. See you soon.
I gotta go.
Transition. All right, we got some nice, sexy fade-ins now. Hello and welcome back, everybody. Yeah, hope you all had a good intermission. So just coming back from a conversation of movie trivia and some unfortunate findings in other jobs. But now, getting back to our lovely story, here we are beneath, below deck in the new ship, the Cat's Cradle, as you all enjoy a story. And Judy says, yes, you were about to tell me how you two met. She points to Vlas the Ass and Eridan Kalad.
School.
Yep, pretty much.
Where did you go to school?
The village school.
Oh, the village school. Okay.
Yeah.
There wasn't.
But it was.
It wasn't a very. You know that that stage when a town is becoming a city.
Mm-hmm.
It's not quite there yet, but give it a few years and it will be. That's what our town was like. It was slowly getting. We had enough rich people trying desperately to buy up all of this property in order to make it a throbbing, like just thriving metropolis and whatever. And at the time, there was only the one school, and that was before any of the universities and colleges and elite schools had shown up.
I'm sorry, he said throbbing metropolis.
Yeah.
Oh my
yeah.
god.
Throbbing What? It's a throbbing metropolis.
Yeah,
No one has been to a throbbing metropolis before.
Was that the name of the height of the... Sorry, I'm assuming it's... Never mind, tell your story.
Oh my god.
I was through a throbbing metropolis once, but I was drunk and I don't remember too much. It's where I met my ex, and she was pretty nice. So, you know.
That was the name of the brothel.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So what were the teachers like in this throbbing metropolis?
Oh my god.
Okay, so we're gonna have to shy away from that particular term because, as I have just stated, once the city come out, the throbbing metropolis became the name of the brothel. So the teachers were pretty much whatever you wanted them to be.
So your school became a brothel?
I mean, the building did, yeah.
Got you.
Was it while you were still in school? Or?
No, we would have learned so much more.
No,
What was her name? It was
it was double. We called her Miss Double P in the throbbing metropolis.
Oh my god.
Her name had like 2 P's in it, but it was really hard to pronounce, so we just called her Miss Double P.
Yeah, she was absolutely gorgeous. Was it elf,
Yeah.
half elf, something? It doesn't really matter. She was absolutely stunning. Ended up actually being the madam of the throbbing metropolis.
Yes.
And
she was-
good God,
yes.
hot for teacher. Not gonna lie. With the a lot of the once the city expanded, the teachers kind of either got jobs elsewhere, working in a college or the universities, and Miss Double P's thing, she became the madam of the brothel.
What were your classmates like? Was it you all get along, or was it sort of farm
God, no.
versus country, or country versus town? Or...
It was all right to begin with, and then as the city started expanding, it got very elitist very quickly, and then it quickly became the rich versus the poor, and if you weren't noble, you weren't worth anything. And I got a bit of a pass because my parents were rather well-respected adventurers, but not everyone got that much.
I see.
No. I constantly had people that tried, other classmates, and I tried to make friends, but everyone thought that I was a freak. I mean, I am a freak in multiple different ways.
Even at the throbbing metropolis.
Oh, even at the throbbing metropolis. Oh, you have no idea. But that's a story for another time.
Lifetime membership.
Yep. They're always happy to see me, but they, you'd think after you break the arms of so many other students that they would just learn, don't mess with me. But to each his own. I think I broke.
As Vlas considers this story, thinking about this time that he was cornered by a couple of these rich prats who will be played by Ryan and Alexander, we go back in time to this scene at the village school where a young half-orc who's at that awkward age in his life where his tusks are beginning to protrude out from his lower jaw, and he's got a bunch of boils on his skin, and suddenly he's there trying to get his papers together, organizing everything neat in his satchel, when suddenly 2 rich kids come around the corner and introduce themselves.
I just needed to get in the.
Your face is weird.
I say, are those tusks?
Or
Yeah,
are
man.
they big worms?
Whoa.
High five, Jonathan.
Thank you, Romulus.
Ask your sister, she didn't seem to mind.
Oh,
My sister died in the fire when I was but a lad.
calm
Yeah, she-
yourself, Romulus. I say,
My hand is stayed.
Tusk Savage. What good are your boils on your face?
I don't know. What good is your lifespan?
That question doesn't make sense, you dirty savage.
He is an elf. He lives for a very long time.
Precisely. You,
He's been in grade school for 100 years.
I'm not very quick.
Oh, high five. Oh.
Yeah.
And observing this scene, brooding in a corner, we have young Eridan, who's got his hood up over his head, and he's stroking his 2 beard hairs that he is very proud of. Watching the scene of young Vlas the Ass, who he knows is a bit of a petty thug, but more or less a good fellow, being harassed by Jonathan and Romulus, the local douches.
My mommy says I'm a special boy.
Grandpa said I was slow. Jesus.
I say, did you get those knickers from your uncle as a hand-me-down? Is that what poor people do?
Actually, I got them from your mother.
It seems like a rag she would have thrown out ages ago. I'm sure you dug around in the trash for them.
His mother is an ace tailor. She would never make something so crass.
She must have thrown away the extra contents. And look at you, ragged boy.
Our
Ragged
hero
boy.
stood silent in the corner,
What is that?
watching these ruffians come up to the other, ruffian.
I say,
Excuse me, good sir. Are you
I
monologuing
am
to yourself?
monologuing.
you
I'm trying-
mumbling in the shadows.
Okay, you know what? Monologuing is actually very hard. I'm trying to get it right. Yeah, all of the great heroes
My
actually
goodness,
do it
Romulus, do you
properly.
think he's ever seen the sun?
No, in fact, you might even be able to call him a bat boy.
High five!
High five!
Oh, yes.
What?
I'm not gonna lie, but I'm mad for you, Big E. That's just that was mean.
Your mother had a big E last night.
Oh, very good. Oh.
Do you mean
Yes.
Did you mean the eggplant that you cooked?
Quiet, boy. Your knees have dirt on them. Wipe
did your
yourself
mom's.
off.
Stay your
And-
hand. Stay your hand.
Very well,
Well,
Romulus.
Hang on now. Hang on. I think we got off on the wrong foot here. There is obviously a little bit of possibly a culture shock happening. Vlas is a
What culture?
Vlas is a half orc, and what he was insinuating was that your mother's a whore.
Well, that's it. My gloves are coming off. Romulus.
And with that, Shadowthan, I'm afraid the bell tolls. And patrolling the
It
halls.
goes for me.
I can't get this bell to turn off. There we go. Mrs. Double P comes strolling down the hallway.
Stop
Kayla.
it!
So,
Stop it! No!
Mrs. Double
Your mother had a double
P,
P.
somewhat of an elitist, who thinks she is better than this school, but unfortunately has not been able to find position at one of the new city schools, is here to quell whatever this rabble-rousing is.
Quickly dust off Vlas's shoulders. Like,
Good. Miss Double P, please fetch me my musket. This savage has offended my mother, and I plan to duel him to the death.
All right,
Well,
I'm gonna say this right
Shut
now.
your mouth, ruffian.
Plenty
I
of
have
people
not
have tried to
given you-
shoot me, and it hasn't worked yet.
Well,
it's no surprise someone has tried to shoot you before.
I mistook him for a boar myself. In more than one sense.
What is all this then? What's going on here?
I
Well,
say.
Well,
According
I
to
think
my-
it was clear he wanted to duel him.
according to my notes, Vlas was.
You got notes?
Yeah, of course I have notes. How do you remember anything? All right, so our hero observed Vlas picking up his papers for school, and then Chadathan and Romulus came in and began to
This
belittle
dirty
and berate him.
bookworm is wasting our time. Please, Romulus, give me your gun.
Look,
Okay, which one?
Chadathan, I know you have an opinion, and I think that's adorable. But right now, the adults are talking, so shh.
Guns.
Anyway, so they began to verbally berate Vlas. Vlas
Yes.
verbally fought back, and then our
Elephant
hero enters the fray.
blast
Graham
of
flourished. There was no
76.
flourish, unfortunately, because I got interrupted. But then, and then Vlas insinuated, did not actually say, that Chadathan's mother was in fact a whore. Actually, not a whore.
Excuse me?
Well, he didn't say whore. I'm just saying there was dirt on her knees. What that is, she could be a gardener. He just happened to take it for a whore,
Why,
and now
I never.
he's staying to.
Very good. I have my weapon of choice, the click-clacker of Clickington the Third,
Hey,
handed
look,
down by Romulus's great-great-great-grandfather when I knew him.
I'm just gonna say this now, but sorry, I don't think your mom's a gardener. There's no way she's a gardener with those corset puppets. I'm just
Well,
saying.
yes, we just told you she was a tailor.
Of course.
Sorry, your name is Chadathan Clickington.
Now, Mrs. Double P, you know that rapscallions like this, you have to put a stop to this quickly, and they are better off if you transmutate them all into sheep for the rest of the day.
You know, one could say that last fellow is quite the ass. Oh, high five. The gun went off. Oh!
Yes, that's just stupid.
That's never going to catch on.
No, it's not.
Stop. I've had enough of all of you. Just knock it off.
I say my father will hear this. What's your name again?
You can knock me off all you want.
What?
Nothing. He's nodded off. It's fine. He falls asleep standing up with his eyes open and mutters things.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Just move on. Sorry, your father was going to do something because you're inept. Please.
Your socks don't even reach your knees. I am beyond all of you.
Okay, I'm sorry. I gotta stop it there.
Why?
You guys can obviously just keep.
You
can just keep up coming with these weird insults all day. I was hoping there'd be like one and that's the stop time, but they just kept coming.
I even had the ass joke, and you didn't stop there.
That's enough. Come, Romulus, we are away.
That's what happens in the throbbing city. It just keeps coming.
Peons to their own nonsense.
I believe it is juicy time.
Yeah, and I kind of comes back to the ship. It was like, even to this day, I still have no idea why one's knees should go over socks should go over their knees. I don't get it. I've never understood it. I have spent a good 20 years thinking about that and have come up with nothing.
I'm a little lad who loves berries and cream. Berries and cream. I'm a little lad who loves berries and cream.
Yeah, socks that don't even come up to your knees. They should have considered themselves lucky. I didn't even have socks growing up. In fact, I still don't have socks.
Yeah,
man, I hate my life.
Oh, well, I could knit you some if you'd like. I'm not experienced with it. It's a small hobby I've been trying to pick up, but I could do my best.
Can you put little hearts on them?
Your hobbies, my dear. Judy looks to you, Ryan, and
hey, Joe. I don't
I'd very
know
much
Ryan
like to hear
is,
your
but...
story of how, well, you seem to be something of a field medic, and I remember you during the occupation. A lot of people thought you were dead, but you were the field medic, and I remember when you got chased off, but maybe you could help me fill in some of the blanks.
Oh, well, to be honest, not many people are a fan of us small furry folk. I could not for the life of me tell you why. Maybe some issues with disease and the like. I wouldn't say, but they...
People are just jerks! Gertie yells
Yes,
from below deck.
indeed. But that's why we have to turn the other cheek, and when calls came out for service during the war, I volunteered, and I admittedly, even then, was not a good fighter, so I did what I could to help with the backlines and heal, and eventually people were getting hurt too far on the battles, and they couldn't make it to the tents in time, so I became a field medic to go out there and help them directly, and one day we were surrounded, and we managed to actually hold our own for the most part, and I took quick thinking and managed to heal most of the injuries from those around me, but I just don't think that the powers that be, or even some of those people I helped, just didn't like the idea of someone like me being a hero, so they threw together some false charges and chased me out.
Who
But
were the
skills never
powers
left
that
me.
be? You mean the Ironhold?
Oh
The
yes,
Ironhold
whoever was
militia?
in charge. There were so many power struggles that day that I couldn't even tell you who really called the order. But ever since that day, I just went place to place and tried to keep my medical skills in practice and help who I could. And, along the way, I met my darling husband, who sadly passed several years ago, and have a honestly wonderful family now. I think getting chased out was one of the best things that could have happened in the long run.
Okay, and with that, Nanners gets a faraway look in her eye. As we drift to, I was writing down some cues for the siege of Rita's Island, but let's go to Nanner's wedding day.
Sorry, I'm just too good at this.
So, Nanners, describe your husband.
Oh, well, he's also a bit of a bookworm. Similar to me, he actually had bigger glasses than I do right now. He was actually a cave-dwelling rat folk, and that's kind of why he enjoyed reading so much. It was a little dull there, but one day, his own mother was sick, and I helped to take care of her, but, hospice is a long process, and I was there looking after her for as long as I could, and we just started talking and connected.
Well, that's lovely.
Very kind man.
And as Nanners reminisces, we go now to that beautiful day where the birds were singing. It was a beautiful day in the garden. The altar had been set up, and a younger Nanners is there with her husband, who will be played by Kayla. As the two of you hold hands
Hold on, I'm
and
gonna
embrace.
whisper Kayla something.
Oh, goodness.
Meanwhile, the ushers, Charlie and Alexander. Charlie, you are the a niece of Nanners. Alexander, you are a nephew of the groom. As you two argue over who gets to sit in the front 2 rows.
I mean, well, obviously, my family should have first row, because it's the bride, so
Yeah,
this is her day.
Which means clearly women come second. So the man's family is supposed to be able to have, their pick of where they'd like to sit.
They can sit anywhere they like in the second row.
Wrong, because seconds are left for the lady who made the dish. So
Yeah, that's not how that works. And quite frankly, since you are all freakishly tall, sitting in the second row allows you to see, and sitting in the front row would be the shorter people who would have a clear view. That way, everyone gets to see this lovely ceremony that is clearly not about your misogyny.
I don't know what massages have to do with this whole thing,
Oh, you're one of those.
but let me tell you something.
And the priest now arrives, played by Kurt, to quell these 2 rats and to quickly send them off so the ceremony can begin.
Let me tell you something. My family's from Nim.
Gentlemen,
We're-
gentlemen, please.
Excuse me. I am wearing a dress.
Oh, sorry.
No, could have fooled me too.
Wait, so wait. Do we all just look alike to you? Is that it? Do you actually think that given the choice, I would be remotely near this person with any semblance of free choice in my life? This person who would have me literally in chains? Seriously?
Okay.
I mean, look at him. What's there to like? I mean, he's got his well-groomed fur, his piercing eyes, and come-hither lips. My God, he's unappealing.
And on that note, I would please ask you both to please find your seats. This is going to be a lovely day for the bride and groom.
And I will, in the front row.
Well, Jesus mice. That's the whole problem, isn't it, priest? We're sitting here trying to figure out where we're supposed to sit. And I know I'm supposed to be in the front row because I'm a part of the man's family.
Great. So sit in the front row on the man's side of the room.
No, I get to sit where I want to sit. I want to sit here.
We're at the back of the church. Yeah,
Well,
fine.
I want to sit there. You know what the heck I mean?
You are so...
Oh, gosh, I almost cursed in the Lord's freaking house, man.
Cursing in the Lord's house will damn you to hell, and you will be sent to a very special place in hell.
Holy spit!
Okay,
Say
it's a
big word.
Yes, and it's a very special level.
So here's the thing. This is something that I never quite understand because A, fuck, shit, piss, motherfucking cocksucker. I don't care. Second, you swore 3 times just in that one sentence to condemn other people to hell. This isn't about you. This isn't about your God. This is about my aunt and his uncle, and we are going to make sure that this wedding goes off without a hitch.
Okay. But
And if you and your dogma get in the way of that, I will eat your entrails.
Okay. How's about this? Here in the Lord's house, we are going to be having a ceremony for your family members. So both of you, sit the fuck down, or I will smite thee with everything I have, and I will send you to a special level of hell that is only for rapists and people who talk in the theater.
Oh, God.
That's a pretty low level.
It's all
And
right.
with that, we now
sit
cut
down.
over to things fast forward. Everybody finds their seats, and the bride and groom, in a little local traditional way, link arms, and they begin walking down the aisle together.
Kind of whispers to him as they go, I'm like, so Gertie, this remind you of those fantasy novels you like so much?
Yeah, they usually didn't have... I've never cried reading a novel. That I just... You look so beautiful. And I'm so glad to have you, sir, as my papa-in-law. It's and Kayla, he vigorously shakes your hand. The strong silent type. I rarely hear you say a word.
You're just such a sweet boy, and I am just so happy today that I don't even have the words to express it.
She looks so beautiful, and he looks so handsome.
All right. Well, the priest looks like he's getting impatient there. I could only afford him for the partial service, so he's got to go and do a burial right after this. So you guys got to scoot.
Oh, let's hustle then, dear.
Yep. Right up to the front.
No.
Yes. Welcome. So, my time is about out. I'll be in overtime here soon.
I will hit you with the crowbar if you ruin this.
No, I'm just saying.
Okay, so am I.
Okay? Everyone,
He glares at the interrupter in the crowd.
Everyone, let's begin, shall we?
Today, we come together to wed these two in beautiful matrimony. In the eyes of our Lord and Savior, the Ella Swap. If anyone can think of any reason these two should not be wed, may he speak now, or forever hold his peace in the throbbing city.
Where?
Anyone? Okay, anyways.
Why were you giving that so long?
I just... some things that happened earlier, anyways. So, do you, sir, take her to be your wedded wife?
Oh, I do. Of course I do.
Yes.
Yeah, Unk.
Level of hell.
Thank you.
And do you, madam, take this man to be your wedded husband?
People start tugging at their collars as Nanners does not reply to the question.
I said I do. Did my mic not pick it up?
Oh no,
No,
it
it
was
did
so
not.
quiet we didn't even hear it.
That's not good. Oh no.
It gave the guy a heart attack. Jesus.
My heart.
I'm nervous. I'm sorry.
Splendid.
Okay, dear.
Splendid, splendid. Now, sir, you may kiss your bride and forever be interlocked in marriage with her through sickness and in health, for richer or poor, for all of eternity.
All right. And everybody,
Conrad?
the crowd swoons as the two beautiful rat folk embrace in holy matrimony. And we return now to our ship, where you all sit around the table as this little old lady with a twinkle in her eye recounts the day of her wedding.
Honestly.
Excuse me.
Uh,
Judy gets up, sniffling a little, and quickly departs.
honestly, the proposal was a little nicer. There were no feuding families there.
So your nephew is from Nim.
I suppose so. I didn't pry too much into his life.
It was a beautiful story. It truly was.
It really was.
Sounds like a very lovely day overall.
Honestly, the day my life changed was even before that. Just the day my loving Conrad asked Corsica, "Will you choose me?" Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to bring the mood to such a melancholy. It's all long in the past now. You know, Gertie actually picked up his love of reading from Conrad. And that's part of the reason I'm traveling. He always loved stories of adventurers seeing new places, and I'm sure wherever he is now is boring as shit. So I plan on telling him everything that's happened while he's been away.
Oh my.
Wait, your
Very
husband?
kind. Very kind of you.
Your husband's still alive?
Oh no, he passed a few years ago.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
I
Too-
sure.
Too much.
And Nanners, as you feel your little heart can only take so much reminiscing of your own, you decide to look upon this newfound crew you have, and you see this wood elf and this rock gnome here that you know nothing about.
What about you two? What brings you this far out?
Well, just traveling, seeing the world. That's
been my long-term goal for a while now. It's just been to go as many places as I can and just see the world and see what it has to offer.
Well, are you trying to get away from home, or is it so you can go back one day? And I'm sorry if that might be too blunt of me. I apologize.
No, you're fine. It's a valid question. I'm not trying to run away from home. I grew up in a very secluded tribe where my father was the chief, and he was very wary of outsiders and always warned us to stay away from those who were not in the tribe and to never interact with anyone and to never leave our territory. And me, just being me, curious, adventurous as a younger child, I didn't quite like that. I wanted to know what was out there. Why was it really as bad as he made it out to be? Or if it was, then what was going on out there? And so I just wanted to go out and see it for myself. Despite his warnings, I just managed to one day just finally do it, just make the decision and run off into the night, into the woods.
And with that, as Phelan proudly states that she finally made that decision, we go back in time now to when Phelan was sitting around the camp in a tribal meeting as her father explained the danger, not just the dangers of going outside, but that there are people who were essentially aliens to this world from the Fae, being a Fae-touched and often abhorred version of elven folk, must stick to this forest, must do their duty, and must always obey orders. So, Phelan, you are much younger now, the elven equivalent of a 12-year-old girl, restless as you sit through another one of your father's lectures. Father will be played by Alexander.
And so, of course, the elves must obey laws.
Yep, must obey all rules. Yep, I've heard it before. I get it, Dad. I get it.
Now,
Whatever.
don't be hasty.
But-
And don't interrupt.
Now, Phelan, you have heard this many times before, and your oldest cousin and sort of favorite young leader of the tribe, who will be played by Ryan, gets a little giggle as the tribal elder once again tells you, young Phelan, not to interrupt.
Now,
What's so funny?
where was I?
Every time you interrupt, he gets longer.
I know, but it's just so annoying. I just don't get it. I'm so bored here. I just want to go.
Well, sneak away. If he talks this slow, there's no way he'll chase you.
I don't want him to get upset.
Well, say you gotta use the bathroom.
Oh, that's where I left off. So,
not sticking around to hear the sloth continue. So.
Oh.
Dad, can we just be done? Like, I get it, okay? No running outside, no going outside the camp, whatever. I won't. I promise I totally won't go anywhere. Can we just be done here?
My father used to say.
And with that, we quickly cut over to a side. Some prowlers are are lurking nearby. 2 bugbears, played by Charlie and Kurt, who know that there's some tasty elven folk here to plunder. And we go now to them as they hatch their scheme as to how they are going to catch these creeps.
Right. So, this is what I'm thinking. We dig a hole, but we put some spikes in it, some sharpened sticks, that sort of thing. And then we put a blanket and go sprinkle it with leaves. They come around completely unawares, step inside. They go to step on what they think is earth, right? Fall in the pit trap and impale them. This goes for 2 levels. 1, very good chance that they'll die. 2, already on a stick so we can eat them.
I absolutely love food on a stick. You know that. I absolutely do.
Mm-hmm. I know you. I know.
Oh, food on a stick. Yeah, especially on a rib stick. Oh, absolutely amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Where are we going to get the blanket from?
Do you not have one?
No, not currently. I left my blanket on my bed.
I told you we were going camping. Why wouldn't you bring a blanket? This happens every time. Why am I the only one? I pack the tent, I packed the bedrolls, and I packed the pillows, and I packed the water, and I was like, you need to bring the blankets and the food. And the only reason we are currently hunting elves right now, just outside the Elven Kingdom, is because you didn't bring the food. And now you are telling me that not only did you not bring the food, but you didn't bring the one other thing that I asked you to.
When you said camping, I like your camp. I like to rough it. You know, I mean, because I like to rough it. You know,
I don't. I want a blanket.
I like to sleep on the rock, and smack my head down on it. I think it's fun. Rough it.
Then you do that. I asked you to bring a blanket for me. I have a very delicate constitution. Do you think I want to be
as they
here?
bicker, their sounds drift over to the camp as Phelan has tried slowly to inch her way back, seeing if her father has noticed, when her elven ears pick up a disturbance coming from beyond. And Phelan, you see the animated gestures of these 2 fiends.
Reach into
What I'm saying is, when I ask you to do something, just fucking do it. It doesn't have to be for
Is
you.
that?
It could be for me, right? I just want a blanket. It's
They'll
very
I'm gonna go
baby birds.
investigate.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just like to rough it.
That's
I'm gonna
fine.
sneak
Like-
out of the tent, and I'm gonna crawl on the ground and sneak over to where those
Whatever. Just give me the shovel.
bugbears are.
Now I'll show you the diagram.
Now,
Just
Alexander,
let me-
you... This is old Tim. Actually, sorry, Ryan, you notice first. You go over to speak to your cousin again, and she's gone.
Well, that's not good.
Right, so take the other shovel and you start working the edges, and I'll start making a pit.
Do I hear those voices?
Oh, yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna head that way.
All right. And Caleb,
So
you are just upon these 2 creatures when your cousin sneaks up in the bush behind you.
so bloody good at edging.
Yeah, I know. It's very nice. Okay, so we probably want it a bit wider, just a bit
What
wider.
are they?
Right. A bit wider.
I think they're weird dogs.
Right. So here we
What should
go.
we do? Do we fight them? Dad always says we fight people who aren't
Yeah, but
elves.
those things will break our backs, so maybe we should go ask someone else.
Just a bit deeper. Otherwise,
But this could be like our
our
one chance to have some fun, to have an adventure.
Oh, you
Wait,
think a broken back is fun? That's good to know.
It's always better when you can put your stick in a deeper hole. You know.
Well,
So, I mean,
you can go run back to that stuffy old tent if you want to. I'll stay out here and I'll take care of these guys all by myself.
They making innuendos at each other, just like frequently.
I
Don't dig in one spot. It's got to be
understand their foreign gestures.
Well, I was going in a rotation.
And with that,
thing.
Phelan,
That wasn't good
you
enough.
must make a decision. Will you attempt to confront these, or will you go back to the camp?
Oh, I found it.
Hey,
Hand
you two.
Who play has said that?
Me.
Hey, look.
Hello? We're not just making a garden.
Yeah.
We're just digging the perimeter, right? Just loosening up the earth for a garden.
Yeah, we're gonna make a lovely garden. It's gonna be absolutely beautiful.
Put some sticks in there.
Who are you?
We're the gardeners.
Yeah. I'm what's the hell name? I'm Tinkle.
And I'm Spadix.
He's a Spadix.
You're not from here.
Maybe you're not from here, because we look like the way we do. It's just very rude. It's very rude indeed.
Yeah.
Maybe we look normal and you look weird.
Yeah.
Do you ever think of that? No.
Yeah.
You only think about yourself.
Well,
And
I don't
with
know
that-
anything else.
Oh. Do you want to know how to build a garden?
With that, I'm just going to pause you there. Alexander, you have noticed that you have noticed that your daughter has gone missing, and so has your chief scout, your second nephew, or great nephew. I don't know,
Get your
genealogical.
facts straight, man. Jeez.
And that is when your elven eyes pierce through the darkness to see your daughter confronting two armed bugbears, villainous goblins, covered in thick coats of fur and sharp teeth, etc., etc.
We can teach you how to use it to build a garden. You want to help?
Why are you building a garden in our kingdom?
Because it clearly needs one.
Yeah.
Otherwise, why would we be building a garden? That's good.
Yeah. I like eating vegetables. Don't you like to eat vegetables? I mean, geez.
Yeah, but
I like eggplants. I like carrots and all that stuff that grows in
That
the
is
dirt.
my dad would never let some people like creatures like you in here. He only lets
Creatures like
And
us,
with
huh?
that,
Wow.
Wow. Okay. So this is the type of people, this is the type of place where someone
and
other
an
than
arrow
elves.
from the center of the camp arcs through the trees, through the bush, right between you, Phelan, and you, Ryan, and right through the chest of Kinko, the bugbear.
Hey, bloody hell, is that arrow? Wow. Oh, so you are those kind of... Wow, they're those kind of people, Kinko. Wow. You shoot people with arrows who are just trying to make a garden for you, hire people to come out here, and then... these are some sick, twisted people, Kinko.
Shing! And Spadix, an arrow right between the eyes.
Oh, well... And like I was saying, Kinko, and these are some
very rude eggplants, and they don't like
I just throw a rock at him.
they don't like hole they don't like holes like
Spadix, you get another arrow and then a rock. And Phelan.
Oh, look. I was wondering where you went, Mama. They told me they buried you in the ground.
Okay. And Phelan, you look over to see the stern eyes of your father, and you know that this means probably grounded for about 100 years.
Grounded as a wood person, that means they actually bury you.
All right, and on that nagging comment from your cousin, we drift back into the ship. As Phelan, you know that it was kind of the way you escaped in the night with your mother's sacred bow was a little unceremonious, but you hope that when you do go back, you can impress them all with what you've accomplished.
Wait, your father just murdered them?
Yeah, he was not very tolerant of outsiders. Hence why I was not allowed to leave.
Just making a garden.
You really think they were just making a garden?
Well, we'll never know, will we?
Yeah.
They never really tried anything. It sounded like you guys were talking for like a solid 20 minutes and nothing happened.
Wow, her dad sounds like a dick.
I mean,
That's some level of intolerance here. But, I mean, if you lived in a secluded grove, that's the reason, I guess.
Well, Phelan, I wanted to call you Kayla just now. I don't know why, but Phelan.
That's so weird.
It is strange. I'm glad you're here. I hope that you can show your people the way.
Thank you. I'm glad I'm here too. I'm glad I finally made the decision. And that I finally do get to see something more than just whatever was known. And I do hope I get to go back one day. That's my plan sometime. And maybe I can convince the rest of my tribe that their current way of living might not be the best.
And Phelan, as this smiling nomad, gives you this little bit of encouraging advice, you just kind of look into his face and realize it's about time you heard his story.
What about you, Alexander? We don't know much about you either.
Oh.
Wow, throwing shade.
I wouldn't call it that. I'm just saying he's a quiet guy, and I get it's for the whole thing with him, but I just feel like if we're all sharing stories, maybe he should go too.
Before the monastery, I was an urchin, a street rat, a gutter runner. And being one of the smallest people there in the city, backwater, it was very easy to steal. And so that's what I did. No idea how old I was. I don't know anything about my parents. But those days, I remember quite distinctly. I was taken in by the monks. They saved my life after I was caught stealing from a nobleman who had been prowling the streets one night, dressed in a outfit, disguised as a common person. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. And Alexander, there's a twinkle in his eye as he considers the story, and then he simply glazes over it. But we go now travel into his mind and that story that he so easily glazed over. So,
Well, we need to
Alexander,
mind powders.
Oh yeah,
You
and he's a
are-
monk, so it'll have that weird transition from Kung Fu: The Legend Continues.
Alexander, you go. You are just a child running around the streets under the cover of darkness, exploiting your nimble hands and quick feet to steal, reach into any pocket, take any delicious pie from any window. In fact, you have the record for most pies taken from a single complex of units. And you're very proud of it.
Operation.
So this one night, you are out prowling when a nobleman who is very distressed about having his pocket picked every time he goes through the town square, and since the guards are not willing to do anything about it, he's deciding to take matters into his own hands and discover who the thief is. This robed nobleman will be played by Charlie. And we begin on a full moon night on the cobblestone streets.
It's fine. It's perfectly fine. I'm a perfectly capable individual. I can, of course, I can do this. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Excuse me, sir.
Oh, God. What are you?
I'm quite hungry. If you could just spare a few pence.
Oh, darling, sweet little thing. I'm so sorry. I didn't care.
Please.
No. If you wanted food, you shouldn't have been poor. I'm very sorry. I have
Man, that's it, man. You better give me all your stuff, man. I'll stab you in the ankles.
Is that a knife?
Yes, a knife. What's wrong with you?
I see. You see, I have been accosted by several of your kind, and by your kind I mean ruffians.
Well, how much did it cost you? You
not,
said it costed you something, man. What did it cost you?
Oh wow! All right. No. Accosted, confronted, attacked, mugged.
Man, what are you talking about? Ain't coffee around here, man. Hey, look. This was finna happen, man. You gonna hand me your purse. You just gonna drop it on the ground, and then you gonna keep pushing. You understand?
Right. As I said, I have been accosted on more than.
Man,
And Charlie, all you can do is snicker as your two hired thugs, played by Kayla and Kurt, emerge from the shadows now to help you do away with this little ruffian.
As I said, I have been accosted on numerous occasions. Quite frankly, 2 is quite enough. So I have hired Reginald and Frederick over here, and they will be dealing with you.
Yeah, no problem, boss. Leave it to us.
Yeah, don't worry, we got this.
Man, what is this?
Sure will. Oh, this is Frederick. As I said, this is Frederick, and this is
And I ain't talking about them Tweedledee and Tweedledum. I don't care nothing about that. I'm talking about, what is this? Did y'all plan this? What is this? Y'all
You
jumping
got a
me?
big mouth on you for a little thing.
Hey,
I don't much appreciate that.
Yeah,
Alexander?
I got a big mouth.
I got these ruffians from Fantasy Brooklyn, and I spared no expense getting them here. So I would very much like you to give me everything you have.
Well,
Because, quite frankly, I'm tired of being the victim.
well, all right then. Since y'all got the numbers and the size on me, How about this? Pocket sand. And then I start to run away.
Oh God!
All right.
Oh, it's in the velvet. It's in the velvet. It's not coming out. It's
All
not
right.
coming out.
A torrent of pocket sand, and he runs around the corner. And Alexander, you trip over the begging bowl of a robed figure.
Oh, shit!
Ryan, this this feral child trips over your begging bowl, and quickly, you can tell just by looking that he is afraid, and obviously without a guardian. You are here from the monastery, trying to collect alms and essentially gain knowledge and awareness and find inner peace.
And what you doing with this bowl in the middle of the street, man? Man,
Oh,
I
you're too
can't even
quiet.
hear
I
what
can't
you're
hear you.
saying, man.
Did I see him run from people?
Not yet, but now suddenly, and Alexander, you have to choose. Will you try to hide, or will you keep running? As these, you hear the footsteps of the fantasy Brooklyn mob coming round the corner.
Well, seeing him scared.
Frederick, hang on. It's in your eyebrows. It's just gonna go
Oh,
directly.
Shit,
I can't.
I'm high.
Gonna go directly into your eyes from that one. It's
I
good.
can't. They hurt.
Yeah,
Seeing
just
him
close your
scared.
eyes really tight. Let the tears flush it out. It'll be fine.
No, I don't cry. Mama
The
said
man
tough guys don't
just
cry.
gives a gentle
You're
smile.
not crying. You're just.
I'm not gonna cry. I ain't gonna cry, Mom.
So they come around the corner, doing
Yeah,
this.
the man just gives a gentle smile before they turn the corner, opens up his cloak, just quietly beckons the young boy towards it.
You ain't no perv, is you?
Everything will be fine. I mean, look at me. I mean, I have this
Slowly puts it back
Urchin's
in.
pocket sand in my velvet.
I can't see. I can't look at you. I can't see.
Okay.
Sand in my eyes.
It's fine.
Why does
water.
it smell like kitty litter?
I have water. Here you go.
And
Just
so-
put water. There you go.
Oh my God.
On.
It burns.
You guys decide to call it a night. You are so exhausted by the pocket sand.
Man, I've had enough of this.
I do apologize. You will, of course, be paid in full. I did not.
Bonus.
I did not
He
see
made my
sand.
new eyes.
I did not see sand coming. I thought knife. That would be the end of it. He is clearly a clever individual. I apologize. By all means, allow me to buy the first 3 rounds of drinks, shall we?
I'm so tired of the devil's little people and the stupid magic tricks. Ah!
All right.
Oh,
And
Whoa.
our mischievous
Whoa.
trio wanders off into the night. Sorry, guys. I just gotta move this ahead too. As Alexander, you hear your pursuers complaining off into the distance, and this is the first time anyone has ever shown you kindness.
Man, can you let me out of here? It kind of stinks.
Just opens it back up. Holds it back over himself.
That was crazy, man. I thought I was gonna get smushed. Hey, what's your deal?
I am but a simple traveler, collecting donations for my church. and
Church?
helping those who need it. Oh, yeah.
But you out here on the streets.
Well, it would be rude of me to go begging house to house, so I simply sit here and smile at all those who deserve it.
Smile.
I've learned there are few things that cannot be solved with a gentle smile.
Man, that's crazy, man. Hey, look. I feel like you owe me something tonight, because maybe I would have got away with something or something, but your bowl tripped me up. I don't know. So
You
what
just
you got on you?
Quietly reaches into the pot, pulls out a couple coins, just goes, hands them to him.
All right, now, Alexander, you look at these. you've never seen coins quite like this before. Now, Ryan, the coins that you've given him are more valuable than gold. These are tokens of your monastery. Now, your monastery is infamous. It exists just on the edges of twilight. And you yourself were once a lost boy full of wasted potential. And as you look into this young rock gnome's eyes, you offer him the coin. You offer him one coin that once belonged to your mentor, and your coin as well, that will test his mettle. If he can perceive the value of the coin, then perhaps you could take him back with you and give him a life that he would never have.
And this thing stink. What is this?
Well, value is very much in the eye of the beholder. So I know that sounds maybe a little bit more metaphorical than you would like in this moment, but there's only so much I am allowed to do to help you right now.
It looks old as shit.
Oh yes, they are very ancient.
What's this, like some kind of Valar Morghulis?
I am unfamiliar.
Street term.
All right, Alexander, you hold the coin up to the moonlight and describe what you see.
It might have been a face at some point, but it's so faded and rubbed smooth. And the coin is some undistinct metal. It's too hard to bite, but it's got some kind of weird sheen in it when I hold it up to the moon. Almost like the moonlight is shining through it.
And with that, Ryan, you know that you have found the next pupil for the monastery, as he has found the sheen in the coin.
Now, my child, I of course will not make you do anything outside of your own will. But if you would like to, I can take you somewhere much better than here. You will be fed and clothed, and you will work to repay, I suppose, in the moment, this stuff, but in the end, it will help you.
Man, I ain't worried about the rest of that. You said I'll be clothed and fed for free?
Very much so, yes.
You better not be taking me nowhere with a whole bunch of pervs, man.
Not as far as I know, no.
Man, let's go.
All right. And with that, the two figures walk off into the moonlight, never to be seen on these city streets again. And Alexander, as years of training and meditation and the opening of your third eye all manifest in your heart and soul, we come back to you as you say, well, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's about it.
Wow, you just kind of stared into space for a minute. Are you okay?
Yeah,
So if I'm understanding this flashback correctly, you just went with this stranger and it didn't end badly.
Oh, you saw that. Yeah, no, it was fine. It was fine.
Yeah, you I don't know if you just tapped into what your bod thing did, but there was a minor illusion kind of kicking around. You just watched it. The subtitles were hard to follow sometimes, but it was fine. We just had to kind of position ourselves behind you because it was just backwards from this end of the table. But But yeah, no, it was. I'm really glad that it worked out for you because you could have ended somewhere where everyone just wanted something to do with your feet.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ew.
Gnome feet are lucky.
I mean,
It's a
for all-
well-known fact. That's just science.
I mean,
How
for
else
all
do
you-
I jump and do all the things I get to do?
I mean, for all you know, you could have ended up in the back alleys of the throbbing city. So I mean,
I mean, there is that. There is that.
so-
I did hear about a Nomisha. She ended up somewhere in the back streets of what was it called?
throbbing metropolis.
Yes. Maybe it was a Thrombopolis that she went to.
Right. And one day we'll hear the tale of Nomisha. But for the rest of the night, you all drink, you make merry, you have a cup of tea before Nanners scoots you all off to bed. And with that,
Anyway, cheers and good night, you guys.
Oh,
Yep.
very nice.
Good night.
all right.
No
And
Misha.
so,
Flask, wasn't that stripper you had a crush on?
You're talking about the one with the peg leg, right?
No, the one with the really good grip.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good grip. Sounds like Nomisha.
The grip that. Oh god.
Yeah, she
Oh.
called. She called it something like a monkey grip. She wield like a two-handed weapon with one hand.
That's where I got that.
Okay, Tales of the Throbbing City.
Good night.
The spin-off.
As you
Not
go.
failing.
So you all settle down for the night, and just as you're all about to doze off, you hear the cries from above, and the ship's alarm bell begin to ring.
Oh, fuck off.
And that is where we will end our session for tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
The alarm's going off.
Thank you all for joining us. Hope you all had as much fun as we did. That was a...
Oh,
It
Oh,
gets
what a tale.
better and better. It just continues to get better and better. Like,
Mike, what are our scores? Huh? You
Yeah,
gotta give us the
everybody's
scores.
everybody's getting full gold today. Don't worry about it. I wanted to, because the judges' rubric is being changed as well, and so I wanted to implement one thing at a time. I felt that was fair. And of course, next week's session is going to change a little bit because, yes, for those who saw our promo, Ellie Ray unfortunately does have to postpone. So we will be in touch with her, and we will let you know as soon as we know. Oh, and also, Alexander and Charlie, Ellie Ray had to postpone. Just letting you know.
Oh.
surprise!
I only found out. A couple hours before game, so I figured we'd here. But thank you all for joining us. I hope that was a fun little jaunt back into our lovely little game, and we got to learn a little bit more about our characters, and we have some fun NPCs now that might show up at some point.
Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm
Chad
glad to
is-
have you. Glad to have you. Hey,
Chattison and Romulus, like that is
Hey.
so
Oh my
you guys,
so
come here.
douche.
You guys, come here. Come here. Come here.
I am
Hey,
here.
Hey,
You're in
Stop
control of the
touching my
camera,
face.
man. Like,
hey, 100
Ah, your tongue's
seasons.
in my eye.
100 seasons. You guys, 100 seasons. We're gonna be worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide.
We're gonna be worldwide. Everybody's gonna know.
That would
Everybody's
be
gonna know what happened to No Misha.
25
Everybody's
years,
gonna know.
right?
Everybody's gotta know. Everyone. And Morty, we're gonna be rich, Morty. We're gonna be rich. 100 seasons. 100 seasons.
I'm finally gonna get my Szechuan sauce, Morty, and I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna stop till I get it, Morty.
all right.
All right.
See y'all later.